Recently, I had the privilege to meet a CEO of a very large restaurant company. And as I was listening to him and what he had to say, I saw his computer screen. And on his computer screen were many emails that hadn't been opened. And he looks at me and says, "Nandu, look at my screen. So much time goes in replying to people and answering emails. Time. I don't have enough time." And I got to tell you how much I've heard that from restaurant owners, small or large. And I used to say it too. Where's the time? I know what I have to do, but where's the time? Well, let me tell you what I did to make a lot more time in the day. We spend a lot of time firefighting. We spend a lot of time taking care of operational issues, even if we have a team. We spend a lot of time answering questions that as owners we should. We spend a lot of time communicating. We spend a lot of time repeating ourselves. We spend a lot of time training people, whether it be a 2-minute training, a 3-minute training on the phone, or teaching them something new. We spend a lot of time guiding our guys. So how do you get all of that into one place and do it in 15 minutes? And I'm going to quickly share that with you. This is very different from your daily meeting. And your daily meeting is what's the target of the day? How many covers do we expect? Which party is there? What's the reservation? What's an 86 item? We're not discussing any of that stuff. This is the business angle of running your restaurant. This is about aligning your employees to exactly what you want them to do in 15 minutes. This is about addressing issues that may happen in 15 minutes. This is about understanding where each restaurant is in 15 minutes. And I'm referring to, I used to do this with 6 different managers in 15 minutes. So what I used to do and what I shared with the CEO was something called a huddle. It literally means to huddle together. So I'm in my office. I don't necessarily need to be in the restaurant. If I'm in the restaurant, I'm physically with my main team. And what I do with my main team, whoever reports to me directly as the owner. If I am a single restaurant owner, it may be my full team. If I own 2 or 3 restaurants, it's the general manager of each restaurant. They get on the phone. Today you have facilities online where you can all get on a conference call for free. And in 15 minutes, and I mean 15 minutes, not 16 and not 14, we discuss 3 things. Here's the first thing. How are you? The first thing of how are you is extremely important because it brings a sense of humanity. It brings a sense of connection. You're connecting with your employees. You're understanding what they're going through. It could be something like, what did you do last weekend? Or did you go watch a movie yesterday? Or somebody shares that it was their wife's birthday yesterday. It just livens them up, the atmosphere up. Now what that does is, psychologically, it helps them calm down. And you know that when people are calm, they're more receptive to what you're saying. They're more open to what you're saying. So that's why question number 1, how are you? Question number 2 is, what's your metric? Now, what I mean by what's your metric is that my managers used to report to me their one number they were supposed to monitor on a daily basis. Depending on each restaurant, it could have been a different number. One restaurant may have an employee turnover problem, so it may be an employee retention percentage. Another restaurant was revenue focused at this time, so it was revenue. Another restaurant could be a feedback grade, a customer survey grade, and it was the customer survey grade. Each one had their own number 1 metric that they were supposed to monitor. So what does this tell you is that if you don't have a metric, each location or a restaurant or your general manager needs to have a metric he's monitoring on a daily basis. 1 metric, at least 1. So what's your metric? So of course, now everybody is reporting to me what's their 1 number. As an owner, I know that they know what their 1 number is. They know that they're taking decisions based on improving that 1 number. So I know that work's happening the way it should. And I'm learning that 1 number on a daily basis. So what am I doing? I'm spotting trends. Like the last 3 times this guy told me that the revenue's only been that much. I'm like, what's happening? Or the last 3 times I'm hearing the same employee retention percentage, it's not improving. What's happening? Or the last 3 times I'm hearing that my feedback grade isn't going up. The customer survey feedback grade, what's happening? So I'm beginning to think, I'm also beginning to analyze, and I'm beginning to spot trends. I'm beginning to spot trends. And that's happening in a few minutes because each manager is literally getting 2 minutes to talk in these 15 minutes. And the last question, the third question is, where are you stuck? This is the most important question I ask them. So imagine me on a call with 4 different managers and each one, hey John, where are you stuck? Or hey, Martin, where are you stuck? Or hey, Joan, where are you stuck? And what's Joan going to be telling me? She's telling me, hey, I'm stuck here. And I'm like, Joan, you know what? John just had that problem last week. Why don't you catch him on a call after this call? So John's actually cross-training Joan. Or if it is a question that needs to be answered by me, I'm immediately training on the spot in 2 or 3 minutes. If it's a longer duration call that I require to speak, then I'll say, I'll call you back. But for the most part, I've covered whatever needed to be covered in those 15 minutes. So remember these 3 questions and try a huddle of 15 minutes every day. Remember, this is very different from your daily meeting. Now, what you can do further is that if you want, which you should and I recommend, your general manager should have a huddle with his team and discuss for 15 minutes. How are you? What's your metric? And where are you stuck? And this is the way information goes down the line and he hears back and it comes up the line because he discusses it with you the next day. So try a huddle. Save a lot of time. Spend more time on your business. Spend more time at home. 15 minutes. Try a huddle. It saved me a lot of time. If you are on Facebook, like it, share it, tag restaurant owners so that restaurant owners across the world can learn from this. If you're on YouTube, share it, like it. And if you're not on my subscription list, if you're not getting my blogs in your email every Wednesday, go and sign up on fnbbusinessschool.com. I can't make it easier for you. All this information is coming to your inbox. This is breakthrough techniques and radically new approaches to doing business. I come with a whole different mindset to show you that you can do business easier and more lucrative. You can work less and earn more just like I did. I bring you proven techniques, disciplines, and habits. This is not up for trial. This has been proven to work because I have used it to scale my business. There are many things I have learned from large companies that have adapted to our restaurant business, use them over time. And I share all that with you. It's coming to your inbox. Commit to reading that every Wednesday. Commit to it. Email me back. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next week.